Okay, so this one is about why thinking that you're better is useful for success. Now, when I say thinking that you're better, I don't mean overall. I mean in terms of competition when you're trying to accomplish your goals. So when you're out there and you're doing your thing and you're showing people what you have to offer and they're looking at what you're doing like, okay, I see what he's about, but I don't think he's really like that for real. Then they're going to look and they're going to critique and they're going to give you tips and tricks about how to improve your performance. And that's what you want. You see, when you think that you're better, people are going to want to take you down a peg or two, or they're going to go in the other direction and they're going to see your potential and want to uplift you. They're going to look and see if there's potential there, and and once you show them that, then they're going to believe that you actually want to accomplish something, and they're going to give you the information you need to improve. Now, without the presentation of someone who's really sure of themselves, it might be harder to get that genuine reaction out of them. Because if you're not confident, if you're not sure of yourself, then they might not even pay attention to what you're doing. But if you show them that you are sure of yourself and that you do have something significant to offer in whatever activity you choose to do, then you're either going to get someone who wants to put you in your place or someone who wants to help you improve. Now, one example I was thinking about of that is Cam Newton, the ex NFL player. And now I think he's a TV show host. He has a show called 106 in Sports, which is a spinoff of the show 106 in Park, except with uh, sports. It used to just be about music, and now the show is about music and sports, the one he's hosting. But before that, he was in the NFL. And when Cam Newton was in the NFL, he was known to be arrogant. And when you do that, or when he did that, I'm sure he got criticism from a lot of NFL experts. And because the NFL is so competitive and a lot of people are really opinionated about how certain things should be done, plays, and so forth, then what's going to happen there is he's going to get the type of criticism that he wants to improve his game. So one of his critics was Shannon Sharpe, another ex NFL player who became a TV show host, and he told Shannon Sharpe's opinion about Cam Newton was that he was too arrogant and that he was making too many demands, and he should have focused on his game more. And fast forward, I think Shannon Sharpe was removed from his position on his show, and Cam Newton was being considered for his spot. So it's interesting how your critic can be someone who, suffers consequences, and you may wind up replacing them. But also, what happened recently, or what I've read, was that Cam Newton was criticizing the NFL player, Shador Sanders, in the same way that Shannon Sharpe was criticizing him, saying that he's making too much demands and that he should focus on his game more. So the reason why I wanted to use that example is when you couple the arrogance or the competitiveness or the confidence with a stellar performance, then you're going to get a genuine reaction out of people to take you down a peg or two, express their own expertise, and tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right. And that's what you want. You want genuine criticism that's gonna be valuable information you can use to improve your performance. Because without the arrogance, people are probably not even going to pay attention to you. They're just going to assume you're just going by the book and that you probably don't need much more improvement because there's not much there to begin with. But when you are arrogant, when you're showing people that you have something unique to offer, then that's going to get a genuine reaction out of them. And that's what you want. You want, by you behaving in a unique way, you're going to get a unique response. Another example of that is the boxer Adrien Broner, another athlete who has been known to be arrogant. Same situation. He's a showman. I've heard people say that he could have been just as popular as Floyd Mayweather because of his showmanship, which is important in sports to give people a show, in addition to a stellar athletic performance, because it is entertainment after all, at the end of the day. So when he's doing that, if he's a stellar athlete, by behaving in an arrogant way, he's drawing the attention from real experts. Now they're paying attention and they're thinking, okay, you think you're really like that, but I see some flaws. Here's what they are: a genuine reaction, and then an elite boxer will hear that information, go back and review their performance and make improvements and get closer and closer to being a champion, which is what you want. But without enticing people, without getting that reaction out of them, it might be harder to get that information out of them. And in the past, I have been known to be arrogant in my own pursuits. I've attempted music. I'm into fashion. I like to dress well. I like art. I like to draw and paint. I haven't done that in a while. I've done stand-up comedy. And, when I have attempted to dress well, a while ago, I was leaving the house and I was looking at myself in the mirror, and I was wearing this Nike hat and this windbreaker and these Tommy jeans and some Saucony sneakers. And my brother was looking at me, my older brother, and he was like, "You look terrible." And at the time I was thinking, I just put on my best stuff at the time, and I thought that was how you look good, but there wasn't a lot of thought going into it. And by getting that criticism from my older brother, I was able to think about, give more thought into how I dress. And, when I was making music, the producer who was mixing my tracks was giving me pointers about how to perform to give a better performance. And I might not have gotten those tips from him if I wasn't expressing my enthusiasm and my drive to make good music. So, I got help from someone who saw the potential. And that's what you want. You want to show people how enthusiastic you are, how driven you are. And when you do that, they're either going to want to take you down a peg or two, put you in your place, or they're going to want to uplift you and help you you closer to your goal with their expertise. So if you have experience or situations, a similar situation that you can relate to, mention it in the comments. And you can ask me any questions in the comments. I'll appreciate it. If you could like and subscribe, I'd also appreciate it. And I'll talk to you in the next one.